Okay, I just got a new tarot deck and I had to charge it with my energy to get it prepared for this reading. And what you're supposed to do is keep your tarot cards in a scarf, and I chose a blue scarf. I thought it was fitting for the tarot cards. And then you are supposed to sleep with them under your pillow. I also lit a candle and some incense while I was shuffling these cards, getting them used to my energy. So I decided to get the mermaid deck, and it's a beautiful deck. You will see some of the cards in a little bit here. I didn't know it came with a book, so now I have this tarot companion book and also this mermaid tarot book that we can reference both of them. So I'm going to do a reading particularly for my friend Nestle because she requested it, and then I'm going to do a tarot reading for each zodiac sign. So first I'm going to do a reading for Nestle, and she had two questions. Her first question was, will she ever become a dictator? And then her second question was, what will the man she marry be like? So I think it would be most fitting to do a 3-card spread for her first question and a 1-card spread for her second question. So I'm going to shuffle these cards. And this tarot deck is based on the Rider-Waite tarot deck, so it's basically your standard tarot deck just with some pretty art. This is our first question: will Nestle become a world dictator? So here is your past. Your past is the 6 of Swords. So let's see what it says about that. Sometimes you have to go for the small win. Sometimes it's better to get up and get moving than to wait around for all the elements to be perfect. You'll have room for navigation later, so for now, allow yourself to enjoy your not so perfect seal ride across the ice. That's what the Mermaid Tarot says. So it sounds like your past was not perfect. It was kind of a challenge for you. I'm going to check this other book here, see what it says for the 6 of Swords. So it sounds like your past had a lot of travel in it, and you're moving to a better place to kind of escape some situation. And it says you traveled possibly overseas, but you traveled from somewhere to get to a new place to escape some sort of situation. Okay, now this is your present, which is the 6 of Cups. I'm liking this book a lot better than the Mermaid Tarot book. I think this one's a lot more accurate, so I think I'm just going to reference this book. Okay, so your present is you're recalling happy memories from your childhood, and you're just having a good time, no burdens or worries, and you're reminiscing with old friends, and coming up with new ideas for life, and sounds like it's a really good time in your life right now. And it says if you've suffered bad things, the situation is going to improve. Sweet, happy times are ahead. And if this has anything to do with love, an old flame comes back, and it's worth going back to an old relationship. Okay, so this is your future. Your future is the Four of Cups in reverse. So this is what's going to determine if you're going to be a dictator in your future. The meaning of the reverse Four of Cups is generally the same as the upright, but with a higher degree of dissatisfaction. You may be yearning for a change, but don't yet know what you want. If so, it's important to try new tactics to work to address what needs to be changed in your relationship environment. Try to express your needs now rather than locking them up. When the Four of Cups is reversed, the man's crossed legs echo the bent knee of the card 12, the Hangman. One of the major arcana's cards, meaning is hanging around, feeling in limbo rather than wait for a change. The message of reverse Four of Cups is to take control and make life happen. Thankfully, the limbo is temporary. Changing the situation is always possible. It's not really giving me enough information on whether you'll be a dictator. I think what it's saying is you're very confused because the right side up meaning of this card is confusion, having too many options, with your head in the clouds. So the reverse meaning is generally the same, but with a higher degree of dissatisfaction. So it doesn't sound like the outcome is too good for this, but it did say the message for the reverse Four of Cups is to take control and make life happen. So it sounds like if you can take control of this confused situation in your outcome, then you will be able to accomplish your dreams of being a dictator. So now we're going to pull one card to see what Nestle's the man she will marry will be like. And I want to set up a better area to do these readings. I'm just kind of doing it in my hallway at the moment, right by my craft supplies, because that's where I have the best lighting right now. But I want to do it maybe in my bedroom in the future. I want to have like a altar kind of area to do the readings. I might do readings on Facebook Live in the future. Okay, so this is Nestle's man, the King of Swords. Okay, so let's see what it says about Nestle's man. This is the man of your dreams, the man you will marry. The King of Swords can be an intellectual man who relies on logic to help him win. He is also open to ideas, although he can be impatient if he has to wait for a consensus before making action. However, he is outwardly calm and makes good judgments. He often has a dry sense of humor and is very charming. In readings, he can appear as a seductive man you meet at work or through other professional connections. His ideal vocations include traditional professions, and you will often find him in powerful roles: doctor, judge, solicitor, or member of armed forces or law enforcement. Academic, IT, or research work may appeal. And in business, he is often a manager or dictator. Whatever profession he chooses, he must be able to make decisions that make a difference, and preferably have hands-on involvement. So that's a description of your man. Let's see what the Mermaid Tarot says about the man you are going to marry. The King of Swords has gained position of mastery. He has earned his title through hard work and discipline. He bears the full brunt of responsibilities that land on his shoulders. He alone must do what is required in the time it will take. The king teaches us what it means to commit to our ideas and beliefs. He shows us how to master our minds and fulfill our tasks through action. Never underestimate the importance of your role and ideals you live by. So it sounds like the King of Swords is a very disciplined, very structured man, and he puts his actions into the world, and sounds like you got a great guy here. You're gonna marry a great man. So if you know who this man is, that's who he is. Okay, so now we're gonna go by each sign, starting with Aries. So I'm gonna do a 3-card spread for each sign, starting with Aries. And bear with me, I'm still getting used to tarot reading again. I haven't really done tarot reading since 2008, so I'm just getting back into it. I used to have an Aquarian deck, and I absolutely loved that deck. So this is the past, present, and future for Aries. So 8 of Pentacles for your past. I'm just going to use the Mermaid book. You may very well be seeing signs of your good work starting to manifest around you, but now is not the time to become complacent or get a big head. You have much more work to do. People are now expecting to see more work out of you. You have started to create buzz around you, who you are and what you do, and now is the time to capitalize on it. So you have a lot of work to do, and this is your present. The Magician in reverse. Doubt is currently your worst enemy. You are letting it get the better of you and allowing it to call the shots. Instead, you need to step into your power and take back control over decision being made about your life. Magic will happen when you put your hands firmly back on the wheel and focus energy on an attainable result, not your fear of what might go wrong. So it looks like you're doing some work, you're doing some project, and you're putting a lot of hard work into it, but your worst enemy right now is you're doubting your work. You're doubting what you're focusing on in this project. And then here's your final outcome. The King of Swords. We just read what the King of Swords is. This could be a person, or it could be you, but you could be accomplishing some goal to work in any of those professions. Remember those professions we were talking about, or you could know somebody that's in those professions that's working above you, but this person is going to impact your final outcome. Now we're moving on to Taurus. Okay, past, present, and future for Taurus. So the past is the 7 of Swords in reverse. In life, And in art, ideas and concepts are inevitably recycled and repurposed. You may not be seeing that right away now, though instead you may be feeling ripped off and used. You may feel that someone else is taking credit for something you believe is rightfully yours. This wounded ego energy may very well be blocking you from seeing things, even if what has been recycled or repurposed still serves you. Maybe it was time to pass it along. Perhaps the thing's time with you. Perhaps the thing's time with you has come to a natural end, and like all things, has found a new owner. In the same way, the Seven of Swords have now found their way into the hands of all the mermen. All the mermen! Okay, and here's your present. So what it sounds like is somebody else is getting credit for something that you have done, and you are upset about that, but you should just let that go because it was just not your time. Okay, so here's the present, which is the Two of Cups, and that's in reversed. Are you resisting bringing a new person into your life? When this card shows up reversed, it indicates that you might still be holding on to past hurts. Someone in your past has caused you pain, and you are letting it get in the way to forming a new friendship. This could be romantic in nature, or it could be a fabulous new friend that has potential to expand your life if only you would give them a chance. So maybe this person that took credit for something you did or stole the limelight from you is actually somebody that could be a really good friend to you. So maybe you should just give this person a second chance. And here's the final outcome. The Queen of Pentacles. I'm guessing this is the person that stole the limelight from you, and the person that you should probably give a chance to. The Queen of Pentacles is grounded healing force. Self-care is a full-time lifestyle, not just an every so often luxury, which is why her lake is so healing. You can dangle your feet in her lake and feel all the tension seep out of your toes and away from your body. As you sit there allowing her to heal and restore you, she is probing your heart's desires. She is seeing what gift she can give you to help you become the best version of yourself. She is in tune with her karmic path and has a real talent for picking visionaries and innovators. If she has revealed herself to you, she thinks you are worth more than you're currently investing in yourself. So it sounds like this person's a great person. You really should give her a chance. She wants to help you. Maybe she took the credit just because she's a good person, so other people are giving her credit for the good things she's doing. And maybe she doesn't know that she stole the limelight away from you. Okay, so now we're moving on to Gemini. Okay, past, present, future for Gemini. First card we have is the Knight of Swords. This is a person in your past. And it's in reverse. You and your idea are out of alignment. Stop trying to control the terms and conditions of your mind. Instead, clear it and open it up. The possibility awaits you. Ride the energy of the wave like a knight. Don't try and control it, or you shall sink. So, This could be either a person or your state of mind, but this person is out of alignment, trying to control things that they are out of their control, and instead they need to just ride the energy of the moment and don't try and control every situation, because so somebody's struggling for control, whether it's you or someone you know, and they're trying too hard to control a situation, and instead they just need to like let go and let flow. And then here's the present. The present is the Hangman in reverse. You may have had your hands off the wheel of your life for a little too long. Things sorted themselves out ages ago, but you forgot to get down from your hook and rejoin your life. It's time to get your head back in the game. Dear one, as the universe has served you up some goodies, now you have to take the goodies and do something with them. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is someone's trying to control you in this situation. And this person is most likely a man trying to control you. And they are trying to control you, but it'd be better if they like cut you some slack, and you have been letting them control you too much. And it's time for you to take back control of your life. And here's the final outcome. The King of Cups in reverse, which is also likely a man. Generally speaking, the King of Cups is a pretty calm guy, but he does have his moods. Usually when he lashes out, it is because his patience has run out or someone is deliberately trying to deceive him. If he is continually drained, he will snap, and it won't be good for those involved. Perhaps instead best to give the king space, time and rest to rejuvenate. Better that he moves past his current state than continually poked and prodded into conflict. So this could be the same person here, but it's another most likely man that is having emotional issues. He's very moody, and he needs some space. So it sounds like you're dealing with somebody who's controlling and emotional that needs space, and you have been controlled and you need to like kind of break away and do your own thing for now. But now we are moving on to Cancer. My moon sign is Cancer. So I kind of take Cancer's readings a little to heart. So we have the same controlling person again in Cancer's reading. Actually, no, this is right side up this time, right? Last time it wasn't right side up. Okay. If the Knight of Swords has shown up in your reading, you are being asked to commit to an idea. This is not just any idea, but one that will move you closer to your purpose in life's dream. You must be willing to give this idea your full and clear mind and be willing to work with it each and every day, as only the level of commitment will earn you the results you require. So you have someone or some idea that you need to commit to. There's a gentleman involved. This is a man, a young man, and sounds like you need to commit to him or some sort of idea. And then the next card is Judgment in reverse. It may seem like fun to be someone else's judge and jury, but it doesn't feel as fun when someone else does it to you. Judgment is binding energy. It matters not if you are the one being judged or doing the judging. It creates a small, isolated space of shame and pain and guilt. This action of judgment then undermines all the good and potential good person being judged has done and will do. Just remember that while you have fun pointing your fingers and smirking from your pedestal, that one day you too will be at the mercy of a shaman of rebirth. So you are judging someone. It's what it sounds like, is you're judging someone, possibly this person, and you know, maybe you're judging this person too harshly. And then the final outcome is the Nine of Cups. If the Sea Witch has blessed you with one of her cups, congratulations. Only one who is filled with gratitude and has an open heart can drink one of her magic brews. Only the person who sees others' success and their own will be able to create true success in themselves. It takes someone special to see that when others do well, we all do well. To see the blessings grow when they are honored and humble enough to accept the gifts that now come their way. You know, I'm real inclined to say that this person is probably a child. This is probably someone that is a child figure to you, or someone that you have dominance over, and you're kind of judging them, and you really need to just trust in them. And once you do, the outcome will be really beneficial to both you and the other person. Now we're moving on to Leo. Okay, we have past, present, and future for Leo. So the Six of Pentacles in reverse is for your past. Can you imagine if instead of children adding oxygen to water, they were taking it out? The result would be disastrous. When we take from a place of fear and greed, we don't just harm ourselves, but we also endanger the very environment we live in. You are being asked to check the fear and lack-filled thinking at the door before you destroy something you can never bring back. So, sounds like you're dealing with some fear and greed. You're being fearful and greedy, and you're taking too many things. You're taking things for granted, and you need to stop that behavior because it might put you down a path that you don't want to be at. Now this is a gentleman in your present, and it's the King of Swords. We've already discussed this type of man. He is a very structured man, so we will cover what the Mermaid book says about him again. The King of Swords has gained a position of mastery. He has earned his title through hard work and discipline. He bears the full brunt of responsibilities, the land on his shoulders. He alone must do what is required in the time it will take. The King teaches us what it means to be committed to our ideas and beliefs. He shows us how to master our minds and fulfill our tasks through action, never underestimating the importance of your role and ideals you live by. So this very structured man is probably trying to get you to behave with more structure, because right now you're kind of behaving recklessly with your fear and your selfishness. So here's the final outcome, which is the Hierophant in reverse. It may be time to consider writing a new chapter in an old book. Rules are meant to be challenged and changed. History is always beginning to rewrite. Just make sure you have considered all the consequences before committing to writing it down. Remember, whatever you do now will affect more than just you. So the Hierophant always has to do with teaching, authority, learning new skills. So this person very well could be trying to teach you something that it's time for you to learn, and maybe you are learning it in this outcome here. So it sounds like you kind of fucked up. This person's helping you out, and then you're gonna learn the lesson. Okay, now we're moving on to Virgo. Okay, so Virgo, we have the same situation where you are, being fearful, being not really responsible, and it could lead you down a path that you don't want to take. You're being self-destructive right now. So let's look up what this next meaning is. This is the Hangman in the upright position. So you need to surrender to this behavior that is getting out of hand. And stop trying to control it. With the Virgos, they tend to try and control things. So maybe you need to just stop fighting and detach yourself from the situation. And it's telling you to just stop being such a control freak and listen to your heart and not your mind. Virgos are usually so directed by their mind, and in this present moment you need to stop being controlled by your mind and let your heart lead the way. And then the final outcome is the Moon, right side up. Have you ever walked the shoreline under the full moon and watched the moonbeams dance and sway within the rolling waves only to disappear once they hit the shore? It's like watching a magical underwater light show. If you watch from a certain angle, the waves look alive. The truth is that they are simply answering the siren's song, spreading their energy and carrying the frequencies to all. Under the light of the moon, it looks so spectacular, yet happens under the blanket of darkness. It looks very different from what happens to broad daylight. The dark will find more space for our imaginations to run wild, allowing us to lose all sense of perception and see things that would not be visible under the sun's intense rays. So it sounds like you're kind of getting trapped in this dark, alter ego of your mind, where your mind is trying to be too controlling. And what you need to do is listen to your heart, but you're getting stuck in your head, and it's getting to be a really dark place. And I'm going to go ahead and pull another card on this because I'm hoping that there's a better outcome. Okay, we're getting the King of Swords again. This is a person. This is a person that hopefully will help you out, that you should seek out. Remember, he's a very structured person. And it said he could be a doctor. Maybe you need to talk to a doctor or psychiatrist because it's sounding like you are losing control of your mind, basically. You're so trying to control your mind that you're losing control of your mind, not listening to your heart, not listening to your instincts. And you should probably seek help from a doctor or psychiatrist, I would suggest. That's really dark, but but you know, Virgos can tend to have very neurotic tendencies. So I'm not really too surprised with that. Okay, so now we're moving on to Libra. I love Libras. That King of Swords really is showing up in a lot of people's lives. And you know, the King of Swords could be a police officer, could be a doctor, like, you know, anybody that is living like in a really structured profession could be the King of Swords. So here's the past, present, and future for Libra. Let's see here. We have Seven of Swords, the Star. Ooh, that's a good one. And the Six of Pentacles, right side up this time. Okay. Oh yeah. So you feel like somebody else is getting credit for for something you did. Somebody's stealing the limelight from you. And I know Libra likes to have the attention on them, so this is definitely something that would frustrate a Libra, is somebody else getting credit for something they did. So let's see what the present situation is. It is the Star in reverse. You are not clear on what you want, and it seems like you are doing nothing to but chasing your own tail. In order for the dream weaver to hear the beat of your wishes, your heart's wishes, you need to focus, be still, and make a decision. There cannot be forward movement or progress until you know the direction in which you wish to go. Stop the noise, go within, and allow your heart to beat clearly and loudly. So, you're not focused, probably because this person is taking all your credit, and you're just not focusing and doing what you need to do to get the limelight back on you because this person has distracted you. So instead you need to focus on yourself, not this other person that stole your credit, and try to make yourself shine again. And then here's the final outcome, which is the Six of Pentacles. How can you add value to the world around you? It is not very often that people stop and think about how they can add to the world rather than take from it. But that is exactly what you are being asked to consider here in the Six of Pentacles. Take a lesson from the mere children and remember that it should be something that easy yet necessary, not for you to, but everyone around you. Okay, so you're being asked to give back to the people around you, to give back to the world around you. And once you do that, you will be in the limelight again. You will have your spotlight back again, and you will shine again. So stop making it about you, about getting back in the limelight, but you gotta focus on yourself to help others to get the limelight back on you, which I know you feel happy when you're in the spotlight. Okay. Now we're moving on to Scorpios. So past we have the Knight of Cups. Present we have Three of Wands. Future we have Six of Swords. So let's see what all that means. So we have the Knight of Cups in reverse for the past. Okay, so this person is most likely a man, but it could be a woman too, and this person is suffering from depression. And this person is suffering from depression because they're waking up to reality that their dreams are not going to come true. They had this fantasy that they had created, and their dreams about it are not coming true, and so they're really depressed about it. So somebody's battling depression in the past. Now we're going to move to the current situation, the present, which is the Three of Wands. Okay, the Three of Wands is talking about observing your life and seeing how it's going. You want to check in with your love life, your health, and your wealth, and see ways you want to prove it, ways how it's going, make goals for it. You want to make sure that you're being successful in these areas of your life, and if you're not, how can you be successful? And then the final outcome is the Six of Swords. So it's telling you to make little goals at a time. It says life's not perfect, so you're really depressed because life's not going your way, but you got to reevaluate your life and see where you need to make changes, and you got to make the small steps at a time and hold on to the ride of life. Life is not treating you kindly, but you just got to make those small little changes to make your life better. Now we're moving on to Sagittarius, which is my sign, by the way, so this will be personal reading for myself, a little insight on my own life. Okay, past, present, future for Sagittarius. Okay, so the past we have the Four of Cups in reverse. Do you know what is on the other side of boredom? Most people don't know how to answer that question because they never break through the other side. Instead, they feed their monkey mind and rid themselves of boredom. Yet there is something to be said about going deeper, about not giving in to emotions that plague the mind, and allowing oneself to fully explore why we feel bored, overwhelmed, or even pity. There is a point beyond the boredom when the mind is finally quiet and still, a moment when the magical mermaid can come along and offer you the most magical gift. If you want to get there, you must first release your need to feed your emotions. So it sounds like you need some meditation, some spirituality, something to quiet your mind, because you're bored, you're constantly trying to do something to fill this restlessness. So you need to quiet your mind and learn how to just exist peacefully. And being that I'm a Sagittarius, I can totally relate to that. Okay, so next is Nine of Pentacles, right side up. There's a protective element to the Nine of Pentacles, like you have finally learned how to set boundaries around yourself, your health, and your material treasures. Just as the mermaid keeps the coins and secrets of her well protected, there's nothing wrong with protecting what you have worked so hard to create, especially if you intend to keep enjoying your good fortune for a long time to come. So you're being protective of your possessions and your good luck and your good fortune, so keep that up. And then the outcome is the Ten of Cups in reverse. Have you ever felt like you didn't belong, like somehow you weren't in the wrong place at the wrong time? When our emotions are not grounded, it is easy to feel like where we are is the last place we're meant to be, so we allow ourselves to imagine somewhere better. We fill our minds with expectation and become even more emotionally off balance, and we detach more from daily lives and attach instead to illusion and distractions. The problem is that we create any dream to bring fantasy to life. We must first be grounded in the moment. We are currently in even the place you think you need to escape. Although the paradox of manifestation is real, the suffering your upside down Ten of Cups brings doesn't have to be. Okay, so it sounds like you need to practice, or I do too, because I'm Sagittarius, I need to practice a lot of meditation. Because what I'm trying to do, and what you are trying to do being Sagittarius, is surround yourself with material items to distract you from your overactive mind that cannot quiet itself and cannot focus. And this is so true. I just cannot focus and be quiet and peaceful in the moment. So just practice mindfulness and you might be a lot more happy, and you might not feel like you need to accumulate so many things if you practice more mindfulness. Okay, so now we're moving on to Capricorn. Okay, so we have past, present, and future for Capricorn. So the past is Five of Wands in reverse. We haven't got too many wands in this reading, in these readings. Thankfully you have some time to get all of the fire pearls in order. Right now energy is not at full capacity and your thoughts are in disarray. Before you are working on turning the cards around, get your thoughts together and focus. Remember that the card brings with promise and guaranteed results. It merely offers power. So you're a little down on your energy. You need to refocus. That's what I'm getting from this. Okay. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It's important to remember not everyone is a threat, and not everyone wants what you have. Here's the reverse aspect of Nine of Pentacles. There can be a tendency to become paranoid about losing all that you have created. All the line of thinking will do is suck the joy out of life you have worked so hard to build. Didn't you create what you did to enjoy it, not to imprison yourself? So you're afraid of somebody stealing something from you whether it be you're afraid of somebody taking something from you, not necessarily stealing. You're afraid of somebody taking something from you that you worked hard for, and you're losing focus because of it. You know, you've been losing focus most likely because of your fears of somebody taking something from you. And we'll see what the future holds for that situation. We have the Seven of Swords. Ideas, thoughts, and beliefs aren't often something we think about owning, yet we spend an awful amount of energy building our lives around the ideas and beliefs of others. The Seven of Swords asks you to think about what ideas, thoughts, and beliefs serve you. Which ones add to your life and lives of those around you? Which ones should give back? Not everything is ours, and not everything should be kept. Take what you need to leave the rest for someone else who will benefit from it. Okay. So it sounds to me like you're having trouble focusing on your work because somebody you feel is trying to take it from you. Like maybe take an idea, take some concept that you came up with, but you're trying, at the end of the day, what is happening is you're trying to decide whether this concept is so important that you should identify it as your own, or if you should allow other people to, you know, claim that concept as something they can mutually use. You know, will it benefit the other person too to have this concept that you created? So say maybe you worked on this project at work and came up with this cool new idea, and your coworker was like, hey, that's a good idea, maybe I'll use it for my own thing, and you got upset about that. But maybe in the long run, it might benefit you and the other person if you let that person use your idea. It's just an example. Okay, now we are moving on to the final sign, which is Aquarius. Past, present, future for Aquarius. So we have the Five of Wands again, this time in reverse. I think it wasn't in reverse last time. So you're trying to get your thoughts in focus right now. And then we have the Ten of Cups upright. Have you ever felt like you didn't belong, like somehow you were in the wrong place at the wrong time? I think we had that one with Sagittarius. When our emotions are not grounded, it is easy to feel like we're at last place we're meant to be. So you're not focused right now. So you're feeling like you don't belong in a situation. So you're kind of the opposite of Sagittarius. Where Sagittarius, you know, they were so distracted by worldly things that they couldn't like focus and meditate and clear their mind. Where you need to focus on something to feel like you belong in this world. Because you're so lost in your thoughts. You're not focusing on the world around you and how you belong in it. Okay. So the final outcome is Temperance in reverse. When you are out of step with Temperance, or you have failed to fully engage in your time with her, you may notice that all the timed events of your life are a little off. Nothing seems to line up. People in your life keep missing each other places you want to go seem to always be out of reach, and the things you want to never seem to coincide with your flow of abundance. Everything just feels out of step and out of sync, missing some crucial pieces of information. Perhaps next time you will pay better attention to temperance in our ways. I'm not really sure what to make of this final card. So I think I'm going to read the other book to try and get an idea of what this meaning is. Okay, so you feel like you're not fitting in because you're not focused. You're so lost that you're not focusing on something, so you're not fitting in with other people. And you feel like you're not really fitting in relationships because of it. You're not really making new friends. The new friends you have don't really understand you. So that's kind of a sad outcome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull another card and see what that card has to say about that outcome. So we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so this cleared up a lot. It's saying that you're resisting help from other people, probably because you feel like you're such an outcast that you don't think that other people want to help you or that other people can help you. But what you need to do is get help from other people. So you need help from your friends. Your friends, you feel like you're an outcast from your friends, but your friends actually like you, and you need to ask them for help so you can fit in with them, because you feel like you're not fitting in with them, but you're not fitting in with them because you're not asking them for help. You're not asking them to, you're not making the effort to fit in. So, or maybe you're trying too hard, when really all you need to do is just be a good friend. Well, that's it. I'm done with my readings. And remember, if you have any questions you would like to ask the tarot cards, leave them in the description down below, and I will do this again next week. Bye!